one devotee, one younger devotee. I say younger, but he is still 7 years my senior, and many years my senior in terms of Krishna consciousness. He's the son of two beloved Srila Prabhupada disciples. He himself is a disciple of Srila Gurudeva, and I'm very grateful to call him my friend. And has such a sweet nature, and his name is Sriman Krsnakrpa Prabhu, and I'm going to find him amongst all the other Krishnakripas on the call, unmute him. I've been beaten to it. So we're going to hear from him for 15 minutes about his personal experiences with Srila Gurudeva.
Audible. Can you hear me? Can you hear me fine?
Yes.
Okay, great. Jai. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gananjana Salakaya Chakshudam Nilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhakti-Vedanta Niti Namine. Andeham Shri Guru Varam Shri Panuga Pravaram Rajrasarasikam Chararanam Tam Prapanam. Shri Guru Charanam Vande Ravam Kristaya Bhutale Panuga Bhaktiram Shakri Pamurti Narayanam. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So first of all, I offer my unlimited obeisances unto the divine lotus feet of my beloved Srila Gurudeva, Srila Pravishta Om Vishnu Pada Tatrasadashi Srimad Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Maharaj, and then to all of the Sannyasigan, all of the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis present here today. So I'm a little bit nervous speaking in front of a huge crowd like this, so forgive me if I make any mistakes or offenses or anything along those lines. So I think for me, I'm going to try and go chronological with this, just from the beginning of my experiences and my memories with Gurudeva up until when he passed. So I actually was born a devotee, as Turin Krishna Prabhu was just saying. Both my parents are Prabhupada disciples, so luckily I always had kind of that Krishna conscious input, I guess, right from the beginning. And also, yeah, when I actually met Srila Gurudeva, I was 6. It was in 1996. And even though at that age, I didn't really have like the awareness of, I guess, really who this personality was, even at that young age, I kind of felt that there was an energy there that was very like unlike anyone else, you know, that I had, even in those few years obviously of being alive. Like I just recognized this was a very special personality, and that energy was undeniable, you know. And then the next year in 97, I got initiated, I got Harinam, and my name changed to Krsnakrpa. Before I was Krishna Shakti, and then it changed to Krsnakrpa after that. So for me, I saw Gurudev many times over the years, but it was more kind of like small exchanges. I mean, I can't say that I had a lot of like, you know, some people can tell really like far out exciting stories about things they've been through with Gurudev. For me, it's all, I've had a lot of like small interactions with him, but they've still been very meaningful and very close to my heart. And, you know, simple things like, you know, just being able to go and touch his feet and have him put his arm on my shoulder and look in my eyes, and those piercing blue eyes. You feel like this personality can see everything, past, present, future, know everything about you. And again, it's just an undeniable thing when you're in the presence of someone with such potency. There's no way you can question it. It's like, it's legit. There's no way you can be mistaken about it. So yeah, I was fortunate that I got to be around Gurudev at all the European festivals, and even in India as well. You know, I went to the Dham as I was growing up over the years, and so I got to see Gurudev sometimes multiple times a year, which was really wonderful. And I think at that age, I wasn't, I guess, as kind of spiritually interested as I am now that I'm an adult, now that I'm an adult and I'm older, but still I feel like an impression was made in my heart, which is probably now kind of, I guess, sort of reawakened more. And now I'm trying to really apply that more in my life, you know. So, you know, Gurudev has always been there. I've felt he's always been there for me. And, you know, I've had different times in my life where I've gone through struggle, and, you know, I've prayed to him and I've sought his guidance. And, you know, whenever I followed what I felt was his guidance, or how I felt he inspired me in the heart, if I followed that through, it always basically came to fruition, and it always worked out in the way it was supposed to, for the best. So, you know, I feel very appreciative of, you know, Gurudev always being there for me, even if I'm not a very good disciple most of the time. But I recognize that he's always coming from a place of love, and he always has love for all of us and wants the best for us, which ultimately is to come to that realization of Paliyadasyam, you know, the maidservant of Srimati Radhika. And it may take me many lifetimes, but you know, I've heard it said that when you meet a pure devotee of such a high level, then your sojourn in the material world is coming to an end. So I hope that means, therefore, that I don't have too many lives left. Um, but yeah, I'm just looking down here at my book. I wrote some bullet points just to remind me what I wanted to say. Yeah, so as I was saying, that I just feel that Gurudev has always been there in my life, even at times where I haven't maybe been following so strictly, or I haven't really been, as I said, the best disciple, but I kind of always feel his presence anyway. And I always pray to him every day. I always ask for his mercy, and I feel like he guides me in different ways. And I'm trying to see Gurudev's hand in everything, because ultimately Gurudev's hand is in everything, you know, everything that happens in my life and the life of all of his disciples. It really is Gurudev orchestrating everything. So I'm trying to really realize that and recognize that more, that that is really what is happening. And how long do I have, by the way? Do I have a bit more time?
Yes, you have around 10 minutes.
Okay, okay, cool.
Slightly less.
Okay, no problem. So yeah, I think, as I said, like in terms of personal experiences with Gurudev, you know, there've always been small things that really impressed upon my heart. And, you know, whenever you were in his presence, as I said, it was very undeniable. And being at those festivals, I have a lot of memory of the European festivals, especially because that was when I was kind of a little bit older at that point as well. And I just remember every time he came, it was like this whole energy just lifted, and it was like everyone was so excited, and everyone was like, it was an unbelievable energy and atmosphere. It was thick, you know, it was really, really special. And you know, it really felt like otherworldly, and it was, because Gurudev obviously, you know, out of the kindness of his heart, has actually, you know, he came to this world to spread the message, and to deliver, you know, us fallen souls. I speak especially for myself, you know, I have many things to work on, but yeah, I just think that you know, this offering is also me trying to express some gratitude to Gurudev, because I've heard it said that it's the duty of a disciple um on this day, on his appearance day. And you know, it's the duty to basically, you know, give an offering and to share and to give some Pushpanjali. So that's actually why I felt today, I felt like a duty, and I also wanted to anyway, because yeah, I guess I wanted to express my gratitude. And I guess I do feel, you know, as I said, unbelievably grateful. And I also don't understand even a small drop of the extent of how amazing Srila Gurudev really is. And I hope that as I try to deepen with my bhajan and with the mercy of Gurudev, I can, you know, one day understand some of his glories, even if it's just a drop. I know I have a long way to go, but, you know, I do feel that Gurudev, as I said, is always there. And, you know, he always comes from a place of love, and he will give the mercy if you ask for it and if you call out for it. And I had a couple of other realizations about Gurudev which came to me recently. You know, I was thinking when, you know, this day was coming up, I was kind of like trying to think more about Gurudev and remember a bit more of my experiences and reflect. And I had a couple of realizations come to me, which I wanted to share. One of them was, I'm sure you've all heard the phrase at some point, let go, let God. The realization that came to me when I kind of remembered that phrase was you could actually replace that with let go, let guru, which is essentially the same anyway, but I just thought that was a nice kind of alternative to that phrase, let go, let guru, you know. The other realization I also had, because I quite like sort of quotes and things. I'm one of those types of people that quite get into quotes and things like that. So I'm paraphrasing massively right now, but there was a quote that I've heard in the past, which is essentially that if you knew everything about a person, you would never judge them for anything they ever do. And then I realized, well, surely if you can apply that to your average person, of course that must apply to Srila Gurudeva as well. I mean, he knows us better than anyone else will, even ourselves. So surely Gurudev will never judge us. You know, he'll always want the best for us, and it will always come from a place of love, but it's never going to be judgment in the sense of like, you know, looking down on you or like that. It's always basically that he wants the best for you, and it's not coming from a place of being judgmental, you know, like, you know, conditioned souls, you know, we tend to look at others and judge others. It doesn't come from that place. It comes from a place of love. And you know, so therefore, like, you know, even though he obviously wants his disciples to be you know, doing the best they can, like if they're not doing the best they can, and if they are maybe falling short, and I'm really speaking for myself right now, I feel that, you know, still there's no judgment. It's, as I said, coming from a place of love and care, you know, like a father who wants to see the best for his son, for his children. And you know, so it's always love. The motivation behind everything is love. And essentially that's what the whole process is about. It's all about love and reconnecting to the true divine love for Radha and Krishna, and realizing that unconditional love, which we all hanker for, and we all really, that's the only thing which will make us satisfied to the level that we really want to be satisfied. And, you know, nothing will be as complete as that. So yeah, these were some of the realizations I had when I was thinking about Gurudev recently. And I've heard all of these speakers over the last couple of days, and then I realized that I feel very you know, unqualified and very, you know, I feel like I see these different devotees speaking so nicely and seeing all the sannyasis and everybody, and I just feel like I'm a bit of a nobody, to be quite honest. But you know, I guess anyway, again, like, you know, Gurudev is being merciful to me. As I said before, I feel like he's giving his mercy throughout my life, and, you know, slowly but surely, bit by bit, I do feel that I'm you know, wanting to move forward in my spiritual path with the direction of Srila Gurudev, and I do really want to deepen my connection with Gurudev. And you know, I do have faith in him and in his words and in his glories. And as Tridandi Maharaj is also saying, in fact, you know, when you meet a personality with such potency, it makes it absolutely undeniable. There's no question. Like, the faith is there basically when you meet someone of that level. There's no question of not having faith. There's no question of not having faith when you meet someone with such, as I said, an undeniable spiritual potency. It's really, you know, as I said, I feel very fortunate, very grateful. You know, I know Gurudev is still showering his mercy on all of us. And I think I'll pretty much end it there, but I want to just finish by basically saying that, yeah, Guru's glories are, you know, unlimited, and, you know, we're all trying to basically touch on how infinite his glories are. And, you know, I feel so grateful again. I mean, I can't express it enough how grateful I feel, you know, for this association, and, you know, just being able to, since birth, realize what is the absolute truth, or at least be in contact with the knowledge of the absolute truth, even if I haven't fully realized it yet. So yeah, I guess that's it. Srila Gurudev Ki Jai. Thank you everyone for listening, and sorry if I made any offenses or mistakes along the way. Vanchakapa Trubhascha Kripa Sindhuvyavacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Oh, thank you so much for your lovely offering. One thing I really appreciate about your outlook is that you're always thinking about the future, how you can better yourself for the future. It's a really positive thing that, like, you know, Gurudev is our past, present, and future, and he's still here with us, and he's still accessible for us to have more relationship with him, like to increase our relationship for the future. So I really appreciate this about you. You're always talking, you're always saying, oh, I'm so fallen, but you're always saying, I want to become a better disciple for the future, which is such a like positive way of looking at things. This picture of Srila Gurudev, through this picture, Srila Gurudev himself is giving mercy to everyone who sets foot in KK's flat. It's really such a beautiful picture. And anyway, I'm going to move on quickly as well, otherwise we'll get behind. But thank you so much, KK. Someone's just writing, you rocked it, and you really did. We're going to move back
I just read
down.
that. Thank you. Jai Haribol.
Haribol.